Hello, this is week 3 and we are doing our recording for the 3rd time because we didn't know there was an edit function, but maybe we'll learn about that later. So I am Miriam Walter, Carl Pittman, and we are with the Nursing Group 1. The course that we will be redesigning, Carl teaches, is Nursing 495W, which is the Advanced Pathophysiology course for the RN to BSN students. And before he talks about the questions for the video, the SLOs, and what he's going to be doing, I just wanted to mention that we looked at Chapter 8 in looking at the course design, and I thought there were a couple of aspects that were quite relevant here. And one is that our course already being online, and Carl being the type of teacher he is, the course already is assignment centered, which is what this active learning chapter talks about. There are actually 8 features that a successful instructor in critical thinking does, and having the focus be on text and lecture rather than, or not on text and lecture, we already do that. So we'll talk a little bit about a couple of other things in a few minutes.
So the first question that the video asks for is how we're going to align the course objectives with the SLOs. And in this case, the student learning objectives are the course objectives. The objectives are aligned with the course content through the course's design. So the students review 3 case studies during the course of the semester. They take an exam that reflects the course objectives after each exam, and then finally they submit a final paper, which is a case study paper. In the course design, we're hoping to encourage revision of the papers through a series of peer reviews and commentary from me until the final paper reflects the mastery of the course's objectives. The assessment of the course's redesign success will be determined by how well the students do with respect to the online rubric. We are setting our benchmark at 70%, so we'll consider ourselves successful if the students earn 70% on each of the parameters of the online rubric that pertains to the final paper. The primary redesign of this course has to do with that final paper. So we're going to begin by having the students submit a brief abstract early on in the course to kind of get them started working on the paper, make sure that they're sort of pretty much on the right track and moving along. That will be followed by the submission of an early draft of the paper, the most important sections of the paper, for peer review. The peer review, we haven't quite decided what tool we're going to use yet, whether it will be Google Docs or discussion board or perhaps Turnitin with PeerMark. We'll work on that later. But the students will submit the most important parts of the case study for review, get that back, add to it, submit again, and go through that process 2 or 3 times, hoping that we'll see rewriting and revision each time. And then finally, the final paper will be submitted 2 weeks before the end of the course for a grade. The early submissions from each student of their paper will be low stakes. They won't be graded on that. However, the peer reviewers will be graded on their comments, and those comments will be, they'll have a structure provided by me to try to ensure quality and pertinent commentary on the paper itself. Each of the 3 exams, in addition, will have a short essay question related to one part of the rubric to sort of prepare the students for dealing with these issues in more depth in the final paper itself. The other aspects of the redesign are designed to facilitate more communication between the students and me and among themselves, to try to develop more of a sense of an online community here. So we're going to have everyone turn in an introductory video, a brief video, and then we'll also design in journals which will be private to facilitate communication between the students and me, so they can can communicate with me regarding problems they're having or questions they may have or anything of that sort that comes up. As far as piloting this redesign, sadly, we won't be able to do that because this course is only taught once each year in the spring semester. So we'll have the next few months to flesh out the redesign and then roll it out in its entirety in spring of 2014.
Okay, and in the chapter 8, there is a list of 10 strategies that we use to align with the SLOs, and the ones that we thought were most pertinent. And Carl had discussed this in our practice, but maybe we'll just put these up here this time
Okay.
for the sake of time. We thought it was most important because it links to current knowledge and is very much case study based, also is data driven. And that's the end of our video.
We really enjoyed using Bean's Engaging Ideas. We both like this text a lot. Thank you, Academy of E-Learning. We really appreciate this opportunity.